again, YouTube. This is Dr. Kendo, and I'm back with Scribblenauts Unlimited, of course. What I usually like to do, which I'm not doing currently, but I usually like to take requests from, or suggestions for items from subscribers, and I make them here in the object editor in Scribblenauts Unlimited for the Wii U. The reason that I'm not doing it right now is because I'm about, like 80 or 90 items deep and behind, and so I need to catch up on those. Luckily, the requests are starting to slow down just a bit, but people still can't get it through their heads that I am not currently taking new requests. Please do not leave a comment that is requesting something new. Please do not! I'm not taking requests right now, and I always leave it in the description and comments everywhere and in annotations. Okay, I should stop raging and get back to this. This is one of the most highly requested objects that I've ever gotten, probably the highest requested object, and in honor of me making my Sonic the Hedgehog, I've been asked by Hank Day 31, Sonic De La Fuente, Rhett Casano, Patrick Star 866, Terrell Davis, Tyler Kusick, and Miles Does Minecraft, who have all said, I want you to make Shadow the Hedgehog. So this video, we're gonna be making Shadow. So obviously, I copied my Sonic the Hedgehog, and look at it! The arms are Peach. People were bitching in the Sonic video that I made where I made Sonic because everybody on YouTube is just like a certified badass or something because a whole bunch of people thought it would be okay to just comment and be like, his arms are tan, his arms are peach or whatever. And I got pissed because, of course, I put in the description, I put in comments everywhere. It was the top comment on the video. I put it in annotations and all of that good shit, but nobody saw it, where I was basically saying that, yes, the Sonic in my game does have the tan or peachish arms. It was just something that I forgot to record on video. It wasn't in the recorded footage, but it was in my game, so you all saw it right there earlier that the Sonic the Hedgehog that I was doing does have the peach arms. So of course, I don't want to see any comments about that anymore, but that figures, it just comes with the territory of being on YouTube. But anyway, the main challenge that we're going to have here with Shadow the Hedgehog is that, of course, I'm kind of repainting all the things from Sonic the Hedgehog and whatnot, but Shadow's spikes on his head and some parts of his arm have red on them, and we're not going to really be able to do that because I think that I'm probably going to run out of stamp space, because I really actually got close and I think I did reach the maximum of stamps or objects that I could basically put on the item right here. So you see how we're adding extra things? You do have a limit to how much you can put on. So I reached the limit, very close to it, at least with Sonic. I will be definitely, I think, hitting the limit before I can actually make red in Shadow's hair. So his hair may have to just be all black, so I don't want any trolls coming in here and being like, his hair has red streaks in it, because I know his hair has red streaks in it, and his arms do, and I'm not gonna probably be able to do that. I'm gonna try, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. One thing that's different about Shadow, of course, here, as you just see me adding it in, is these white tufts of hair. All I've typed here is actually just hair, so if you type in hair, that's the little shape that you come up with, and that's what's on his chest, and they actually go both ways, so I've made them both tuft out both ways. And of course, another big thing about Shadow is that his hair, actually, the hair spikes come upwards and stuff. So he does have the one in the middle that is kind of goes backwards, but then his other hairs go out and up. So that's what we're doing right here with his spikes. This is just if you type in horn right here, and the back spike is actually a fang. Fang has, of course, I like to mention that that is a very useful object or stamp or whatever. So definitely make use of fang if you're making your own, and horn, of course, if you're going to make the spikes on his head. And Shadow's shoes are actually white and red, and his shoes are not necessarily shoes, they're hover blades. I don't think that, I've actually done the roller skates in this game and stuff, and they look stupid. They look like, of course, little children's roller skates. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to take shoes, make them white, and we're going to try to get some red on the bottom of the shoes. Now, I'm going to mess with these shapes. I don't think, this rectangle is not going to work because obviously you can see right there that it's too small or too big. It doesn't proportionally fit to where it could be at the bottom of the shoe to make the red stripe, I guess, or it's not really a stripe. It's just the other parts of his shoes where the hovering energy comes out. It's tough for his hover blades. I will make Shadow hover. It's just right now we're of course editing everything, so I'll get into all the scripting and stuff later. I think that this shape right here, it's just in the library of shapes. I think that that'll work. And so yeah, you saw, I don't know if you just saw that really quick. I closed it out really fast, but basically we're at the limit now. So we cannot add any more objects to this object right here. We cannot add any more stamps or anything like that. And so one thing that you can do to make sure that all the parts of the object that you're editing move correctly and how you want is you can use this little, it's the thing next to the play button, basically. And so now I want to go in and, of course, edit all of the things that people react to him as. You know, they react to him as a villain. I'm just going to do that. Shadow, it's actually, you know, to me, he seems like a very likable villain and everything. Okay, and here we go. When alive, I'm going to do hover and, of course, give him the maximum speed, just like Sonic. Right now, of course, since I copied my Sonic the Hedgehog, I've got him to where he sees food and he'll eat it. So what we want to do is instead sees an object, we're going to edit that and make it to heroes. Because Sonic the Hedgehog in my game is a hero, okay, or protectors. It, you know, it does general categories for these kinds of things. So in these behaviors, let's see, when he sees heroes, I want him to, what do we want to do? Obviously, we want him to attack. I just have to find the right thing. Change behavior, yeah, that's what we want. And so we've got it to do attack. So that should be good. Looks like we've got all of that. What else? Okay, I'm also going to add in, actually, that when he gets the gems, or, you know, Chaos Emeralds, quote-unquote, he's going to become magical. So when this object equips an object, I did gems. I filtered it so that it's just for gems. We're going to play an animation just so he kind of does this, like, cool thing. I don't really know. What does Brawl do? I guess I'll do, yeah, Brawl. So let's do Self Brawl. And it doesn't mean that he's going to fight anything or whatever. It just means that he's going to kind of play the animation for brawling. And then I'm going to need to make him magical. And I want to get in a few last little edits here on his shoes. The red stripe, you know, it's not really all that big, but I do want it to be distinguished right here, so I'm kind of just making these minor adjustments to his shoes. And I mean, yeah, this looks pretty fresh. And Shadow, actually, he does have red eyes in the Sonic games and stuff, but again, you know, I don't really want to edit too much, and I don't want to put in any more objects in because I've reached the capacity and everything, so I think I'm just going to leave them black like this, just like my Sonic was, because as you know, Sonic has green eyes, and I didn't edit that on my Sonic. I think that this looks really good, though, whenever you do these ovals and then have the little dot shape inside for the white of his eyes and everything. It's a pretty cool little function. So, yeah, I think we've got our Shadow. That is pretty epic. And yes, somebody commented one time about how they didn't like how the humans and stuff in Scribblenauts, they look kind of stiff, you know, like a board. They just kind of stand straight or whatever. And yes, it's kind of hard to get around that and stuff when you're adding these gloves. But you can actually add these little white gloves that I've seen on a Sonic that I did. It was in my Sonic commentary, which is Scribblenauts commentary number 8, by the way, so you should definitely go watch that. There will be a link to it at the end of this, an annotation link at the end of this video that I'll do. Anyway, let's go ahead and just add our Shadow here onto the board or onto the map. This is actually one of the first levels that you play. It's just right after the farm. This is the city, and he does look a little bit funny, I guess, when he's hovering, but I don't know. Let's give him the gems. So there he is. He's all magical. That's pretty sweet. So hopefully people don't complain that he's hovering. And so I'm gonna make a few edits to Sonic. Actually, one thing that people mentioned was that Sonic has a tail. Yes, he does have a tail. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. I didn't have it in my other Sonic, but I thought maybe that I had reached my limit and stuff, but it looks like I haven't, so I'll add the tail on him. And I mentioned it in my last video where I made a creeper, a Minecraft creeper, so definitely go back and watch that if you haven't. I'm just plugging away here. That you see in the top right corner of where, you know, I'm clicking all the things and where you're editing, you saw that basically that fruit looking, I guess, square or whatever, it was lit up yellow. It was highlighted because that makes the grid so that you can see where you're placing things. They'll have these green, I guess, transparent green squares that are the grid that you can work with. And so I want to make Sonic also so that Sonic and Shadow will fight each other. I want to make it so that Sonic is brave and that he protects others, because basically if you set down Shadow, who is going to attack Sonic as a hero, Sonic will just run away if he's not brave enough, you know? And so you can make it that if Sonic sees evil, basically, I said villains, but if he sees evil, then I will make him gain the adjective brave. So he's gonna be brave and he's gonna go ahead and fight Shadow. So here they are, they're fighting. Oh, they're taking it in the water. And it's funny because they're both kicking. You would think that they'd like bash each other or whatever, but they both kick. And Shadow, oh, he looked like he was running away for a hot second, but I guess he's not. So this is a heated battle here in the capital city. And oh man, it's actually a close one. Okay, let's take this back on land, everybody. Okay, there they go. Oh crap, they're way too fast. Okay, and it looks like Sonic won. I mean, Sonic is, our brave hero. He's, of course, gotta win. But, this video, it's supposed to be about Shadow for this commentary. So let's go ahead and make a Shadow here with fresh health, I guess, and let him go ahead and defeat Sonic. Poor little Sonic the Hedgehog, of course. But okay, Shadow the Hedgehog, let's see. And I will put these in Punctuation Plaza. If they're not there right when this video is uploaded, it's just because I haven't done it yet, but they will be there in the future. My store in the Wii U game is Dr. Kendo Commentaries, just as my YouTube name appears, so you can find it just by typing in what my YouTube name says. And so to end off, let's give him a nice little emerald. Oh, but it doesn't look like the Chaos Emerald. We should give him gems. Usually if you type gem, it'll appear a little bit better. So let's remove that emerald and oops, let's give him he's got a little top hat with a magic cane. That's funny, because he's all magical. Let's give him Jim. There we go. See, those look like the Chaos Emeralds. All right, so anyway, thank you so much for your attention. Again, please do not leave a comment if you're going to troll about how he looks or whatever. I think he looks great. This is how I make Shadow. So if you really want to bitch about it, go ahead and make your own Shadow and upload it on your YouTube channel. Otherwise, I love all of you, so thank you for your support. Everybody usually is very supportive, so this is I'm just addressing the select few trolls who decide to leave comments like that. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.
Down the road of twist.